Let's talk about an AI that doesn't just learn new things, but one that can literally redesign its own mind. Imagine an AI that evolves its own memory systems, tailoring them to become perfect for any challenge it faces, completely breaking free from the limits of human design. Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore.
So think about this for a second. What if an AI could just rebuild its own memory on the fly? Instead of using the same one-size-fits-all system that a human gave it, it could actually craft the perfect cognitive tool for whatever job is in front of it. We're talking about a huge leap from static, pre-programmed intelligence to something that is truly, deeply adaptive.
All right, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll dive into the big problem with current AI memory. Then, we'll get into this idea of learning how to learn. After that, I'll introduce the MemEvolve framework itself. We'll see how it runs a kind of evolutionary tournament, look at the really impressive results, and finally, talk about what this means for the future of self-designing AI.
Okay, first up, the static memory problem. You gotta understand, this is a major bottleneck that's holding back so many of today's most advanced AIs. It's this built-in limitation that everyone's been trying to get around.
See, the standard way to build AI memory is with a fixed architecture. A human designs it, and that's that. It's kind of like being given a hammer and told to use it for everything. Whether you're building a house or trying to fix a tiny watch, it just doesn't work. The alternative, this evolving architecture, is totally different. It's dynamic, it specializes itself, and it's constantly self-optimizing for whatever task is at hand. And that shift from fixed to adaptive is the real game changer here.
To make this idea really click, it helps to think about how we humans learn. You know, real intelligence isn't just about memorizing a bunch of facts, it's about learning how to learn. That's the difference between just being competent and achieving true mastery.
Most AI today is stuck at step 1 or 2. It's either a mediocre learner, using one fixed method for everything, or maybe a skillful learner with a few preset tools. But the real breakthrough is getting to that third stage, the adaptive learner. This is an agent that doesn't just pull out a different tool, it completely reconfigures its whole approach for each new challenge. And MemEvolve? That's the framework built to push AI into that adaptive stage.
So, let's get into the mechanics of the solution itself, the MemEvolve framework. This is the engine that really powers this whole leap into self-evolving AI memory. Now, MemEvolve isn't just about the AI learning new facts to put in its memory. No, this is what's called meta-evolution. It's evolving the actual structure of the memory itself. The agent is evolving both what it knows and the very architecture of how it knows it. This dual process, that's the secret sauce.
So how does it work? Well, MemEvolve breaks memory down into 4 core pillars: how it encodes experiences, how it stores them, how it retrieves them, and how it manages them over time. By treating these 4 pieces like genetic building blocks, the system can mix, match, and invent new combinations. For example, it might figure out that for a complex coding task, encoding its experience as a structured knowledge graph is way more effective than the simple text file it was using before. Boom, it just invented a brand new, better architecture for itself.
But how does it figure out which combination is the best? It runs a relentless, non-stop competitive tournament. Only the most effective, most efficient memory designs get to survive and evolve further.
The whole process is this constant cycle of improvement. First, it generates new potential memory systems. And this isn't just random guessing. It analyzes detailed logs from the current champion to intelligently propose new mutations. Then, these new candidates get thrown into a tournament to compete. After the battle, a full diagnosis report checks everything. Accuracy, cost, speed. The winner becomes the new king of the hill, and the whole loop starts over, getting smarter and more efficient with every single generation.
Okay, this all sounds incredible in theory, right? But what actually happens when you put it to the test? This is where the whole concept goes from just a fascinating idea to a proven, undeniable breakthrough. And this isn't just a theoretical model. When it was benchmarked against 11 other state-of-the-art memory systems, MemEvolve didn't just compete, it started creating its own entirely new, high-performing systems. Architectures with names like lightweight memory and Cerebra fusion memory weren't designed by people. They were generated automatically by this evolutionary process.
And the performance gains? Absolutely staggering. On certain tasks, the memory architectures designed by MemEvolve were up to 70% better than existing human-designed systems. That is a massive, massive leap in capability, and it's all achieved by letting the AI design its own tools.
This chart really shows the clear advantage. You can see that while the baseline systems with their fixed memories do okay, the systems evolved by MemEvolve consistently hit a much higher level of accuracy. Why? Because they aren't just learning from tasks. They are constantly improving their fundamental ability to learn, which leads to stronger, more stable performance across the board.
So let's zoom out. What does all of this really mean for the future? This isn't just a small improvement. This is a fundamental shift in how we think about building intelligent systems.
Which brings us right back to that core problem. For so long, the entire field of AI has been held back by this idea that memory has to be a static, unchanging foundation. What MemEvolve does is it directly challenges and completely shatters that constraint.
And that leaves us with a huge shift in philosophy. The goal is no longer for humans to try and engineer the one perfect AI system. Instead, the goal is to design systems that have the ability to continuously perfect themselves. And that is the future of truly adaptive, truly powerful artificial intelligence.